Hola and welcome to ProSpanish. We're going to kick off straight away with a little pyramid to set a foundation for this video. And these pyramids are just one of the innovations we use to get you speaking Spanish faster. Okay. Start, you don't need to learn this as we're going along, that will come later. Just follow the flow. Okay, so we're going to start off right at the bottom here. So this is our full long sentence once it's been built up. We're just going to listen and see if we can catch any words from there.
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más sobre historia?
Again.
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más sobre historia?
And again.
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más sobre historia?
You probably caught historia at least. So let's start at the top now.
¿Quieres?
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 So quieres. Quieres means, so you've got quieres there, so I click on show. And again, do you want? So quieres, do you want? Okay, now we're going to build on that all the way down until we get to the bottom. Let's listen to the next bit that builds on quieres.
¿Quieres saber?
¿Quieres saber?
¿Quieres saber?
Quieres saber. Quieres saber. And that is, do you want to know? So at the top we had quieres, do you want? And we've added on to know. Quieres saber. So remember, this is just the foundation part. You don't need to try to memorize. So quieres saber, do you want to know, is what we've got so far. Let's listen to the next bit.
¿Quieres saber más?
¿Quieres saber más?
¿Quieres saber más?
So quieres saber más. Quieres saber más. So what's that extra word on there? Do you want to know more? Okay, so más is more. ¿Quieres saber más? Do you want to know more?
¿Quieres saber más sobre política?
You might have heard política in there. Let's listen again.
¿Quieres saber más sobre política? ¿Quieres saber más sobre política?
Let's have a look. ¿Quieres saber más sobre política? Do you want to know more about politics? ¿Quieres saber más sobre política? And of course, we're talking about patterns in this video. So much of this can be substituted for other easy words. Well, you'll see in a minute how we'll use an easy to recognize word instead of politics to know more about something else. So it could be, we could say, ¿Quieres saber más sobre fútbol? Do you want to know more about football? Okay, so let's build on what we've got so far. Do you want to know more about politics?
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más?
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más?
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más?
That sounds a bit strange. Let's see what it is. ¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más? It's obviously not finished. Do you want to know more about politics or more? So let's play that again. Now we can see it.
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más?
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más?
Okay, and let's look at the last one.
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más sobre historia? ¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más sobre historia?
¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más sobre historia?
Okay, so what do you think that is? ¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más sobre historia? Do you want to know more about politics or more about history? Okay, so there's a lot in there which we're going to come back to later. We could obviously switch this around and say, ¿Quieres más sobre historia? Do you want to know more about history? Or más sobre tenis, football, whatever it might be. And the great thing about, so these are designed to improve your listening fluency, your ability to listen to natural speed Spanish, but also your speaking. So let's toggle these off, click in show, so you can't see. And we can click on any of the microphones to test ourselves. I'll start on the second one down. So I'm going to click the microphone and the English is going to come up and I've got to try and say the Spanish. ¿Quieres saber? And it says perfectly well done. Okay, so let's go further down now. It's going to be tricky. Second from last one. ¿Quieres saber más sobre política o más? And again, well done. And again, there are 600 of these included in the step-by-step all-in-one ProSpanish course. Okay, so let's move on to the next step where we look at the language that we're actually focusing on in this lesson. We're going to start off with some basic verbs, and for those of you who know them already and think, okay, this is a bit too basic for me, just hang on in there. You're going to see how effective the approach is that we're going to use with these verbs. Okay, so ver is to see or to watch. If you're completely new to Spanish, then perhaps think of ver. So the V there is pronounced like a B, always in Spanish. So ver, to see or to watch. Maybe visualize a bear watching TV to help you remember that. So ver, to see or to watch. Dar is to give. Dar, to give. Saber, to know. Saber, to know. Hacer is to do or to make. And don't try to memorize these as we go along, that's not necessary. So hacer, to do or to make. Decir is to say and to tell. So all one word, decir, to say or to tell. And then finally, ir, a very short little verb, ir is to go. Okay, let's look at ver, to see and to watch. See if you can guess what this means. Ver la televisión. Ver la televisión. To watch the television. We would just say to watch television or to watch TV. And in Spanish, it's to watch the television. Ver la televisión. How about if it was ver el fútbol en la televisión? To watch football on television, on TV. Okay, what about dar una oportunidad? So dar is to give. Dar una oportunidad. What do you think that is? Dar una oportunidad. To give an opportunity. To give an opportunity. Let's go down to ir. Ir, to go. How about ir a Madrid? Ir a Madrid. To go to Madrid. Ir a Madrid, to go to Madrid. So once you've got verbs, a lot of language becomes very, very guessable. It's stuff you can work out. Let's look at hacer. So hacer is to do or to make. Hacer una pizza. What do you think that is? Hacer una pizza. To make a pizza. To make a pizza. Okay, let's look at how we can start off our sentences. Well, actually, a question. We'll start off with a question. So, do you want is quieres. Quieres. Do you want? Quieres. I want. So the answer, the statement, I want. Quiero. So very simple, but just ending in an O. Quiero. I want. So, how would you ask the question? Do you want to watch television? ¿Quieres ver la televisión? ¿Quieres ver la televisión? Do you want to watch the television? Do you want to watch TV? And somebody might answer, sí, quiero ver el fútbol. Sí, quiero ver el fútbol. Yes, I want to watch the football. Are you going to? Are you going to is vas a. Are you going to? Vas a. I could ask, ¿vas a ir a Madrid? What would that be? ¿Vas a ir a Madrid? Are you going to go to Madrid? And I could answer, no. Voy a ir a Salamanca. Voy a ir a Salamanca. I'm going to go to Salamanca. And if we go back to the pyramid where we had sobre historia. Do you remember? Sobre historia, about history. Sobre historia, about history. What would this mean? Voy a ver un programa sobre historia. Voy a ver un programa sobre historia. I'm going to watch a program, un programa, about history, sobre historia. Voy a ver un programa sobre historia. And we'll just take a quick pause there while I mention our very popular Levels 1 to 6 course. This takes the complete beginner or a near beginner right up to a conversational level of Spanish in a series of very easy to follow steps. All the lessons on this YouTube channel are supplementary, whereas the core Levels 1 to 6 is very much a step-by-step program delivered by the same teacher as all the other videos on the ProSpanish YouTube channel. And while the style is very similar to what you'll be used to from these videos on the channel, the key difference is that every lesson carefully builds on the previous lessons so that you can really feel that progress of going from very little or no Spanish up to a level where you can confidently hold a conversation in Spanish. So again, that's available exclusively from prospanish.co.uk. What would this question mean? ¿Quieres dar una opinión? ¿Quieres dar una opinión? So, ¿quieres? The question, do you want? ¿Quieres dar? Do you want to give? ¿Quieres dar una opinión? What does that mean? Do you want to give an opinion? Do you want to give an opinion? Or we could use decir, to say. ¿Quieres decir una opinión? Do you want to say an opinion? Now we're going to use a technique I call this or that technique. So I'll ask a question of a student, a learner, or a class, and in the question there are two choices that are comprehensible. So the language is likely to be partially new but roughly guessable. The student can use that language to then declare their choice, their preference. So if I ask the question, ¿Quieres ver un programa sobre historia o sobre fútbol? ¿Quieres ver un programa sobre historia o sobre fútbol? So the question there, do you want to watch a program about history or football? And sobre, about, might have been a new word, as well as un programa. And now you can use this in your answer by, if the question was, do you want, you're going to answer with I want, in a full sentence. Quiero ver un programa sobre historia. Quiero ver un programa sobre historia. And of course, there are structures there in that phrase which you'll be able to use in lots of different contexts. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, so we're talking about dinner. ¿Vas a hacer pasta o pizza? ¿Vas a hacer pasta or pizza? So are you going to make pasta or pizza for dinner? You could answer, voy a hacer pasta. Voy a hacer pasta. Another one. ¿Quieres ir a Madrid o a Manchester? ¿Quieres ir a Madrid o a Manchester? Okay, so difficult choices there. And you might answer, of course, quiero ir a Manchester. Quiero ir a Manchester. And of course, these structures are very flexible. So if we go back to, what did we say? We said, quiero ver un programa sobre historia, or let's say sobre política for a change. Quiero ver un programa sobre política. I want to watch a program about politics. We could substitute quiero, I want. So at a later stage, you might learn me apetece. Me apetece is like I feel like, I fancy. Or let's say no me apetece. I don't fancy, I don't feel like. No me apetece ver un programa sobre política. No me apetece ver un programa sobre política. I don't feel like watching a program about politics. And we're really going to make use of that technique now with another innovation from ProSpanish. So the link for this is free to use. There's no email sign up or anything like that. It's the link's available in the description of this video, and also the link will appear at the end of this video. So all we do is we choose a topic. Now we're focusing on verbs. So where it says verbs 1 to 10, 1 to whatever, those are the first most important 50 verbs, and it's going to be using this question and you answer using part of the question. It's just going to be using I want, or you'll be using I want and I'm going to. But also, we might have time to look at this, I'm not sure yet. There are role plays that you can do about being in a restaurant, general conversation, etc. So let's make a start with this.
¿Quieres hacer ejercicio en casa o en el gimnasio?
Okay, so quieres hacer. So we know that's do you want to do or to make. In this case, it's to do. Do you want to do? And the beauty of this technique is that you are going to be learning partly by, for example, looking at the translation. You can just click here and see the translation. But also because a lot of it will be guessable from context, and it's all about the context. So, do you want to do exercise at home, en casa, or en el gimnasio? You can click on the text to get the pronunciation again.
¿Quieres hacer ejercicio en casa o en el gimnasio?
Okay, and then we're going to answer holding the mic down and saying, I want to do exercise at home, or I want to do exercise at gym. Quiero hacer ejercicio en casa. And the answer comes up here. And this will always be grammatically correct. So whatever answer you give that may have a mistake, it will correct it. And I'll give you an example of that in a minute. So I want to do exercise at home. Click yes if that's what you want to say. Sometimes the speech recognition hears something different, so you might want to re-record it where you just hold down and say it again.
Genial. ¿Quieres ver una película o leer un libro?
Okay, so do you want to watch and you might think, what's película? Have a look. Do you want, or it's shortened it to, want to watch a movie or read a book? So again, you might not have known that to read a book is leer un libro, but now you can use it in your answer, and I can say, quiero leer un libro. So quiero leer un libro. If I want to see what that means, I should know because I just said it, but I want to read a book, and I'm happy with that answer, so yes.
Perfecto. ¿Vas a ir de compras o a pasear?
So are you going, ir to go. So are you going to go? And it's are you going to go shopping, ir de compras, or a pasear, or to have a walk. Voy a pasear. I'm going to have a walk. I'm going for a walk.
Muy bien. ¿Quieres hacer la cena o el desayuno?
Okay, so quieres hacer, do you want to make la cena o el desayuno? Okay, you might want to look it up. Do you want to make dinner, la cena o el desayuno? Okay, so let's give an answer to that. Quiero hacer la cena. I want to make the dinner.
Excelente. ¿Vas a decir la verdad o vas a mentir?
Okay, so are you going to say, vas a decir, are you going to say la verdad? Vas a, or are you going to mentir? Have a look at, are you going to tell the truth or are you going to lie? Okay. Voy a mentir. Okay, so I'm going to lie. Okay, so you get the idea. I'll just give you a quick flavor of using one of the other conversational exchanges here. So I'll just give you a flavor of one of the other topics here for conversation. Let's try in a restaurant.
Buenas tardes. ¿En qué puedo ayudarte hoy?
Sí, hola. Quiero una mesa para 3 personas, por favor. Okay, so, hi. I want a table for 3 people, please.
Claro, por favor, sígueme y te mostraré la mesa.
Okay, so very normal Spanish. Check the meaning. Of course, please follow me. Sígueme, follow me. And I'll show you, te mostraré la mesa, the table. Gracias.
De nada, si necesitas algo más, no dudes en decírmelo.
Sí, quiero 2 Coca-Colas y una cerveza. So I want 2 Cokes and a beer.
Perfecto, en un momento te traigo las bebidas.
Ah, y también, por favor, unas aceitunas. And also, please, some olives.
Entendido, te traigo las aceitunas junto con las bebidas.
I'll bring you the olives along with the drinks. So you get the idea how this works. I would strongly recommend following the link and giving it a go.